How I feel? Left. What I want?
Get back slow. I love the way she rockin' it. I love the way she move it, shake it on me. When she clap for him, the shawty is the winner. You can tell that shawty's no beginner. She's confident. I love the way she move.
YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here. We another Washington Commanders video, and in today's video, I wanted to come on here to talk about manager partner, aka Washington Commanders owner Josh Hurst, talking about potential coaching changes. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload new videos like this to the channel. We're on the road to 7,000 subscribers, so please hit that subscribe button again if you haven't already. Thank you so much. Let's get straight into today's video. So Josh Hurst opened up about a potential coaching switch. Obviously, we know the Washington Commanders are coming off of the worst loss, thus far this season. Obviously, we know the Bills loss was terrible, but that was against a really good team. This was against a team that didn't have a win. So you could obviously tell that fans were frustrated, and you obviously saw that one of the owners were frustrated, and Matt Johnson. You could clearly tell Matt Johnson was pissed. Josh Hurst, he was still having a good time. And quickly, before we talk about what he said, I want to touch on that. A lot of people were mad that Josh Hurst wasn't frustrated or mad or looked pissed off at the loss. You got to think, first of all, he just bought this team not too long ago. This is his favorite team growing up. This is a childhood team growing up. He's still in the moment. He's still happy. He's still a guy that's going to enjoy himself. And I mean, when you got 2.5, 3 hours left of watching the game, I'd rather laugh than sit there in misery. You feel me? And also, he probably was pissed, but just because he ain't showing it doesn't mean he's not pissed. And the camera probably turned to him in a second that he was smiling. Somebody probably said something funny and he probably started laughing. More of the story is, don't take what you see on there that serious. I'm pretty sure Josh Hurst is a very, very serious guy, and he just likes to have fun on game days. That doesn't mean when it's not game days, he's not all about his business. I guarantee you, when it's not game days, he's locked in. You feel me? So this is a guy again that's owned has his hands in 3 professional sports teams, so he knows what he's doing. And mind you, those other 2 sports teams that he's owning are very successful, and although they haven't cashed in for championships just yet, he's still very successful. Anyways, Josh Hurst has said this about the Commanders coaching staff and making switches per Josina Anderson. So it says, with the Commanders coming off of a 40-20 loss last week to the Bears on Thursday Night Football, I'm told as of today, managing partner Josh Hurst's perspective is to continue to allow things to play out when it comes to potential staff decisions at this time, per source. Now, again, I want to apologize for cutting off at the end if you're watching, and I'll do my best to read the whole thing because for some reason it cut off. But that right there is not surprising. I fully expected him to keep the same coach staff because, I mean, what is he going to do right now? He's going to fire him and then promote EB to head coach? Or, apparently, I mean, he could do that, obviously, but are you really going to do that when you're still early in the season and you're not like 0-5, 0-4, you know what I'm saying? You're 2-3. So I didn't expect him to have any coaching staff, decision, especially with the head coaching decision. You know what I'm saying? Jack Del Rio being fired is probably going to go through Ron Rivera first, if anything. So that's why I didn't bring that up, because if Ron isn't fired, don't expect Jack Del Rio to be fired either. It says Hurst is a seasoned sports owner who is viewed internally as generally a patient guy or patience. I'm told one of Hurst's biggest concerns now, though, is the impact and emotional national laws may have on the ticket sales. Now, obviously, he's a business guy. Though some of y'all are like, why is he worried about the ticket sales when his team is losing? He's a business guy. He's all about the money, first of all. You know what I'm saying? And he knows with fans not coming out, it's going to impact his money. And I can for sure, the first 3 games at home was sellouts. Giants game won't be a sellout. You know what I'm saying? I can guarantee that. Which always has been taken into account too. Separately, when it comes to any decisions on a defensive coordinator, there are internal impressions that Ron Rivera would prefer to allow things to play out. Of course, Ron Rivera isn't making no in-season changes like that. He's not. He's not built like that. And to be honest with you, if we were to make in-season changes to to the coaching staff, who would you go to? You know, you don't have Chris Harris no more here, who you'll later hear about. You don't have Chris Harris no more here, who I feel like at a point in time was ready to become a defensive coordinator. Like in 2 years, I could see him being a defensive coordinator for the Titans. I mean, for the Titans, or get plucked off, you know, from the 49ers. You know, the 49ers always have a coaching tree, so I'm pretty sure their next defensive coordinator is probably going to get a head coaching job somewhere. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he went there. And I said that before. He's a guy that deserves a defensive coordinator spot, and you don't have him on your staff anymore, so you can't just fire Jack and then go to who? Ryan Kerrigan? Is it Jeff Zignina? Who are you gonna go to fill that role? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't think it's any point to really fire him at this moment. If any firing is gonna happen, it's gonna be at the end of the season, unless you have a guy that you truly believe can obviously play, make the calls and get this defense right. It also continues to say Rivera's relationship with Del Rio goes back a while as well. A natural choice to potentially look to in the past. Chris Harris, the Commanders' DB coach from 2020 to 2022, is now the Titans' defensive pass game coordinator and QB's coach, which factors into the equation moving forward as well. My understanding overall is that Harris does welcome a counsel from other on NFL owners, and also understands that early searches can be beneficial if he elects to go that route. But moves like that customarily happens or occur closer to the beginning of the new coaching carousel. Now, while I'm told some of the other limited partners have their own thoughts, Magic Johnson obviously is one of them, and you can read between the lines there, we'll see how things settle as the season evolves. There's still time for better results, but the clock is ticking. And again, that was from Josina Anderson. So again, she really didn't say much that was surprising that we didn't already know. More so than anything that I'm taking away from this is that he's listening, he's paying attention, and he is here. You know what I'm saying? That's the most thing I take away from that more than anything, is that he's paying attention. You know what I'm saying? He knows 2-3 isn't good. He knows that you can't get embarrassed at home by the Bears and then expect the fans to continue to come out. He's definitely looking for change, and that should light a fire under Ron Rivera. Like, clock is ticking. You know what I'm saying? That's what I really took away from that. And other managing partners having their own opinions. There's a guy like Matt Johnson. Josh Harris is laughing. He's probably not outgoing, you know, with his moves and how he feels at the moment, but obviously Matt Johnson is. You can see it on his face, and he clearly tweeted about it. So that's where that difference in managerial opinions come at. But again, it really wasn't much said that was surprising, more so than anything that Ron Rivera is on the hot seat and he's paying attention. Now, again, like I said earlier in my video, it's still time to change it. You still have a chance to turn around this season. You're only 2-3. You know what I'm saying? But at this point, a lot of fans are like, if we can't beat the Bears, who do you see us beating? So that's why a lot of fans are kind of giving up on the season. But in truth be told, excuse me about that, the season is not over by a long shot. Especially if you go and beat the Falcons, who is coming off of their best game, and they have confidence like no other. So that's not a guarantee. But if you go on a road in Atlanta, which you have success recently there, if you go on the road and beat the Falcons, then you're back to 3-3, and everything is still where you want them to be, as far as your chances to make a wild card, because we're not winning the division. I didn't think we were going to win the division, but wild card, wow. So again, it's not surprising what he's saying. Again, I'm pretty sure we all are smart enough to know this, but more so than anything, like I continue to say, is that it shows us that he's paying attention. No coaching changes will be made, though, at the moment, and that doesn't surprise me at all, because, again, who are you going to go to? It's similar to, Jack Del Rio being fired. Where's Ron Rivera going to go to? If Ron Rivera is fired, where's he going to go to? EB? You can go to EB if you want, but that's not likely to happen at this current moment. Maybe if this was week 8, week 9, where the season is getting out of hand and it's pretty much over, it's dead, you're 3-9, whatever, then okay, that's when it's bad. But right now, again, it's still super early as far as the changes that could potentially be made to this season. We still have a chance to turn this around. So I agree with him to a certain extent of like letting it play out, because what beneficial? I want Ron Rivera fired too. You know what I'm saying? I want Jack Del Rio gone too at the end of the season. But it's like, what benefits do you have to doing that right now? Because there ain't nobody that you can necessarily go to that is going to be better at this current moment for especially the defense. Now, obviously, offensive-wise, you can have better with EB. Or should I say team-wise, because he already called an offensive coordinator plays. But if we're talking team morale, confidence, getting in their tail when they're bad, yeah, EB could be good for that. But defensive-wise, where are you going to go? Because if Ron's fired, Jack is fired. You're not going to fire the head coach and then keep Jack. I mean, you could for assistant coaching, but, for the interim head coach, but you got EB there. He's the assistant coach. So, again, it doesn't surprise me at all that no coaching changes will be made at this current moment. It's still early. It's only week 6, or headed into week 6. But more so than anything, I took away from that post that it shows me Josh Harris is listening. The fact that he was even asked about this and he brought up, that he's going to talk to other owners about this should tell you that, hey, he's looking, he's listening, and he's trying to figure out what's the best plan going to be moving forward. He's listening to owners, and he's asking other owners about, will it be beneficial to me get a head start on coaching now opposed to waiting? So that right there should tell you that he's not happy with his start. And again, I'm not getting the immediate results. The immediate results would be to fire Ron Rivera, but at least I know I'm getting an owner that cares. You know what I'm saying? Even when Jay Gruden got fired, yeah, it happened week 5 during the season, but you thought he was going to get fired. We felt like he was going to get fired after the slow start that he had, but you still was like, hey, I don't know if Dan's going to have the balls to pull the trigger. And he did it. But you didn't hear nothing much about it. You know what I'm saying? It was just more so of guessing. This right here is letting you know, hey, look, I'm not firing you right now, bro, but you got to turn this thing around. And I'm not going to act like I'm not looking around and trying to get some information on what would be better for my team, but I am, and you have a chance to turn this thing around. You're 2-3. You're not dead. You're very well alive, especially if you're going on the road to beat Atlanta. So, not over for you yet, but I'm definitely starting my search now, at least getting some information from around the league. So that's what I really took away from it. What did you take away from it? Maybe you had a different opinion and different approach on what Josina Anderson had to say. You see it on your screen and you heard me read it fully through and gave my opinion on it. Now it's your turn to give yours. Leave it down below in the comment section. As always, me and boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Hail to the Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 7,000 subscribers. Please hit that subscribe button again if you haven't already. You guys can see the subscriber count down there. Run it up, run it up, run it up. It's free. See y'all later. Y'all have a blessed night. Peace.